Hello. I thought that for a nice change today, I would actually let you see my face. Okay, done. Just to mix it up a bit. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you've been subscribed for a while, I thank you so much. Thank you for coming to my channel, and please make sure that you hit the like button if you enjoyed this content, and subscribe if you haven't. Okay, now I want to take a look at what's going to happen with the GOP that are trying to prop Trump up. Kevin McCarthy, all these Joe jackholes over there supporting Trump, threatening people, gaslighting the nation. I know they're going, but I just want to see a little bit more about their consequences, because they are frankly pissing me off. And I'm sure you too. Now, I'm just going to say this. If you like Trump, this is not the site for you. And if you leave me any kind of comments below that are even slightly Trumpy loving, or you get your feels hurt because you liked me but don't like Trump, my feelings aren't hurt. Okay, I'm kind of cold, to be honest, in that way. I'm a Virgo. I'm also very practical. I'm sensitive, but I've got a side to me that I got boundaries. I have them. And people like that try that stuff, they just annoy me. I just delete. So, had somebody do that here recently. It's just weird. Anyway, the things that you get to face as a content creator. Fun. But I'm not going to let anybody, I wanted to put that out there. Occasionally, unfortunately, as video tarot readers, we have to. Because people, I tell you, we get the worst. We get the worst. All right. There's already a stigma that, being a card reader, people either think you're a charlatan, a weirdo. Okay, weirdo maybe, but I'm the fun kind of weird, for the most part. I'm sliding. Oh, man. I have a bit more time, bed rest-wise, unfortunately. But I'm getting there. All right. Okay, let's look at what is going to happen with the GOP that are trying to basically, they're interrupting the transition of power, which is a big, big deal. And there should be very severe consequences. I think the reason that they're doing this is because they know their careers are over the minute that Trump's out of power. That it will be only time until the unraveling catches up, to them, if it already hasn't. And this is desperation, folks. I think you probably know that. But yeah. Oh, and also because sometimes I have to do more than one take. And when I'm filming. So this is my take 2. But I want to let you know that I'm using the come on, autofocus, let me figure this out. Well, it's the Chinese tarot deck. It is. Alright, here's my problem when I do that. There. And this deck is a little harder to find if you can find it. Apparently, I read that it's more rare, and I had been kind of wanting a deck that had the art of Chinese art. So it's beautiful. I'm going to use that today. And it is not anything other than a tarot deck. It is not an oracle or anything like that. It is straight up tarot. Like, here's the Ten of Cups. Just want to, again, it's over here. Anyway, whatever. I like to see the cards. That's one of the reasons why I focus on the cards and not my face. I think, but sometimes people like to see your face, and so every now and again you're going to see my face, but honestly, I don't know. I like to also show the cards. I know why many readers don't, and it's not because of anything shady. It's because you always get people saying, they're going to pick your reading apart and say, well, your last line, da-da-da. And they may say that with the best of intentions, but it's... So that's another reason why many readers limit. They don't want people doing that. They want people listening. It's their, reading. They don't want... But I like to also kind of teach. And so I like to appeal to many people who are out there, especially during the pandemic, that are maybe picking up the tarot and trying to find some different means of well-being. And so it's kind of like I try to incorporate kind of like a mini lesson, in with the reading. And I like doing that. All right, but back to this reading. I'm sorry, guys. I stray. Okay. So, having said all that I have, I'm going to put that aside, and I'm going to ask the universe, the creator, and the ancestors to share with us through the cards what they want us, is what they feel is relevant for us to know with regard to my question of what is going to happen to Trump's entourage, his cabinet that is loyalists, who are in just as much trouble as he is, I believe, and that's why they are trying to not go down with their captain and their rotten ship, which is taking on more and more water. I live by the ocean, so, And there's been boat shipwrecks out near where I'm at. Here recently, too. No one passed, though. Okay. I just got to get my groove. I kind of go into my little spiritual hazmat suit. Seriously, I envision myself, but a cute one. Maybe like today I like blue, so maybe like a Gucci blue. This is my little Gucci top. I know, I'm very girly. Anyway, going into my spiritual Gucci hazmat suit. to read on these guys. And asking what Spirit wants to share with us with regard to what will be their consequences. What are the consequences? Just in general. We'll just ask in general, because I don't want to. Let's just ask in general. Is there a general, what's your message for these people that are doing this? Will they face consequences? Like McCarthy and all these other clowns. More clowns than a circus. Okay, let's see what the cards want to share, the Spirit wants to share. And I do believe tarot has a spirit, and that's going to be another fun reading that's non-political that I'm going to do following this one. Okay. Now today you don't get to see my cards, and I'll show you the ones I wanted. Now I shuffled the heck out of this deck. Now I will lift up and show you some cards because I do want to show you at least some of the artistry of the deck too. Okay, so why do I feel like, I guess I need the pointer for my own damn self. We have the Four of Wands. They use staves in this deck, by the way, for wands. The Page of Wands, the Ace of Coins, and the Seven of Cups. Many of you are getting to know about that Seven of Cups, that old gaslighting cup. Not reality. So this is them, what I'm getting with this. There's two things that first, and again, I you know what, once I'm more physically there with my healing, I've got another little camera, and I'm going to set up 2 camera angles. I'm thinking about that from time to time. One where you can see a little picture of me, yakking at you. But with the main picture, I feel like being on the cards. That's also what I thought. But anyhow, I see the Four of Wands and the Page of Wands as them wanting to stir people up, to stir up the public, to stir up public sentiment especially. And that Ace of Coins and the Seven of Cups is, I just feel like they're wanting to weed just confusion. And I feel like that Ace of Cups is about the transition of power. Okay? And because the second part of one of the things that came out to me is that it's all kind of lower numeric cards. So despite a lot of noise that they're making, this isn't very well established. It is, and I've noticed this before when I've kind of looked at them, they have very, more of the card of a novice, not as somebody that really knows what they're doing. And I often get that impression that they're inept. That doesn't mean they can't do damage, especially some of the smarter ones. We get the Moon underneath the card of the Four of Wands. The Moon card of this is beautiful. Again, I always... Let's see for a second. Take off that glare. There, now you can see it. Well, kind of. Gotta hold it long enough, I think. Yeah. That's the Moon card. She's holding a rabbit. I think that's, oh, the goddess. Goddess, Moon goddess. Whose name eludes me at the present time, but... So we get the Moon, we get the Six of Coins. Look at that. Shuffling money. Literally. In this deck. And that falls under the Page of Wands. Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is worry, anxiety. And in this card it shows someone actually with swords lashing out, and it looks just like they're just spinning. They're just like trying to, flailing, you know. That's what it feels like to me. It's a flailing energy, and I believe that this has to do with financial stuff. Definitely. That's hidden and been put in different places, and I'm thinking like offshore accounts and this sort of thing. There's hidden, secretive, illegal shift of finances, funds, money. And the public, they don't want the public to know. Because where I get the card of the, like, society, the public, which for me is the Four of Wands with the Moon, they don't want you to know. They don't want us to know about what they've done with money. And especially like something like, this is why they're like counting the pennies that they want to give us with this crappy stimulus. It's tied to that. They constantly get that Seven of Cups. They are disjointed. They are not well organized. They have pie in the sky dreams. They are not being realistic. Biden's coming in. This is all a bunch of distraction, and frankly, it's them in desperation mode. Because like I said, I think, well, at least I said it maybe in the earlier take, this is the second take, but I really don't think that their careers are on the line when Trump goes out, because they're going to get exposed, I think, for stuff. And so when he stays in power, their careers are safe. That's just a gut feeling of me that I have, my gut feeling. Because there's things that they have been involved in with him that are just too damning. So they're towing his line because they are as in trouble as he is. So take note of the people that are chiming in, which is most of them, because they're all corrupt. We already knew that. Ace of Swords. Beginning. This is also severing. It can be a severing aspect. So when I go horizontal, I get the moon, the six of coins, and then, because I read in pairs, then I get the nine of swords and the ace of swords. So something that they're worried about, it's going to become clear. I think by the way of their own behavior, their own hostile defensive behavior kind of gives it away. And there will be clarity on why they were doing this. And they are trying to kick up smoke, kick up dust, kick up confusion, so we can't, to obscure. And there is something with finances, with money being moved around. I feel like offshore, they probably embezzling or who knows what. Again, my readings are all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. These are cards. It's a card reading. Okay? I'm not a god. I'm not perfect. So, my readings are not 100%. I'm sure. Most people aren't. But, anyhow, having made my disclaimer, two of coins. There we go. It's money. Again, but it's money that goes from one hand to another hand. It's going back and forth. There's movement with this money. And I think it's our money. Okay? With that Four of Wands, I believe it's the populace. It's our tax money. They've been doing things with it, moving it around, shifting it around with that Two of Wands, Two of Coins. Because that is about juggling. That is about up and down. It's also about where there can be flow between 2 points. One person and another person. Or one set of people and over here. Definitely there's financial things I think that they have done that are not, I know you're shocked, hold your dismay, are not legal. Three of Coins. Yes, more than one person involved. They're all involved together. Don't have to tell you that. Just want you to see that. This is why I like to show the cards too, because I love the art. First and foremost, I'm a fan of tarot art. And I would you rather look at that than my old face. I mean, I'm all right with myself. I'm dealing with it, but you know, aging is no fun. But half the point to me is that you see different decks and you see me reading with them or attempting to. So yes, surprise, surprise, they're all involved in like I've said, there's financial stuff that they're caught up in and a part of, and it's not legal, it's secretive. I feel like they're moving as we speak money around, shifting it around. But the thing is, I think it was our money somehow. I feel like it's tax money. You know. They've always done that. Republicans are the biggest welfare recipients in the world. Anywhere. They get the most handed to them. They get the biggest corporate welfare. And that is who they have become. That is what they are. They've never, I don't think either party's been particularly, but Democrats now have at least been consistent in showing some care, at least for the people they serve. 5 of coins. They're out in the cold. This is being outside. This is not good situation financially. And that's why they're fighting. And it falls under the 9 of Swords above the Ace of Swords. So that Ace of Swords to me looks like it's also showing to me, I just got, they have no clue how what it's like to live like the rest of us. Seriously. And it kind of surprises me, but not. They have lived, and this is the problem with people that I think are in politics too long. They get used to a very nice, usually, wage packet, and not just that, but especially more the lobbying comes in to make them wealthy. And they lose touch what it's like to live. Some of them have never had to live that way anyway, like your average person out there. Queen of Wands is going to come after them. That the end result card is the Queen of Wands. She's going to smack their bottom. She's going to wake them up. She's going to wake them out of their dreaminess and make things abundantly clear. Damn it. I hate glare. Okay. So we have a fiery queen that ain't playing. And she's going to come for them. Because the clarity, the Ace of Swords, is what she falls under. I feel like she's somebody, I think, who'll probably challenge their gaslighting and point out their lies succinctly with that Ace of Swords. She just like, whew. Let me show you how that looks. Okay, so this card came before, and there's the Queen. This is what she's doing. She's like, hi, she's gonna get him. And this is them in dopey land, thinking of, I want more. What more can I have? She's like, you got nothing. You got nothing coming. That's what you got. And I'm gonna expose you to the public of what you've been doing with their money. And especially during the pandemic, where they would not give us the stimulus, a larger stimulus. Wow. I'm getting something about that in connection to these guys and gals that are involved. And yeah, they're going to face being exposed. That's what they get. Exposure. And I see there's a woman that will be coming for these people, and particularly these folks that tried this coup. I'm going to try a different deck for clarity. I'm going to use the Dark Mirror Oracle. Or maybe I'll... You know what? I'm going to try... This deck is nice, but it has a bit of a semi-gloss, and they just slide everywhere. So I've got to band it up and set it aside. All right. I think I'm going to try to get any kind of further insight on what's going to happen with regard to them through the Ameo deck. And it is, you can get it off Etsy. Gotta get better at that. Anyway, it is an astrological based deck. It's simply got Mars, 11th house, first house, Pisces, and then it gives little Q meanings underneath. Like for Mars, action, realization, ambition, independence, courage, passion, the lover, the boyfriend, and in italics at the bottom. So it's a good deck for clarifying. Maybe not for this reading, but we'll see. You never know until you try. I do want to use the Dark Mirror Oracle because these people, that's more insightful. Sometimes than the lighter decks, because these are not light people. So I just want to know, and again, I want to ask for clarification. We see that they are going to be exposed, but will these Trump loyalists, will they face legal consequences and be punished? As society is sick of being abused. So I'm asking, like, what is going to happen to the likes of Kevin McCarthy and all these people that are creating fights and a mess just to try and delay something that they cannot delay, which is the transfer of power. It will happen regardless. Any insight through the Ameo cards? What will be the consequences that these people face after they're exposed? Well, I get the card of semi-sextile. Now, I am not, as I've said many times, I am a novice when it comes to okay, maybe like a little advanced novice, but still very novice. I don't really know what semi-sextile and all that kind of stuff means, but this is a good way to begin to learn. 30 degrees. Okay, so hidden ability, blossom of creation, forward impulse. So that tells me there will be a next step. And we get Aquarius, change, revolutionize, free yourself, engage in collective projects. Oh, I think we have a collective project, all right. Forward impulse, hidden ability. That gets exposed, and there will be change, and it's revolutionary. And it will be done by a collective, the government will deal with them. And I get stabilization and maintain. And I get Uranus, revolution, change, originality, innovation, individuality. Okay, so we get fixed. So I think there will be so much change that we've never seen before in the history of this country, and how we will have to deal with people that are Trump loyalists, because frankly, they're not loyal to the government. They're not loyal to our country. It's not that you be loyal to the government. You're loyal to the country. That's us. Okay? The money that you guys all are taking for yourself and shifting it around, acting like we're your personal slave workforce for your money. That's how it really is. It's disgusting. Okay, I've just being real with you how I feel about that. I see big changes because we're not going to accept anything less. People will be out in the streets, and they might have to, but trust, we'll do what we have to do. And I'm not advocating any violence, and I never would. I think it's horrible. Don't. It's not necessary. But protect yourself and defend yourself, of course, if you have to. I do believe in that. But I do feel like Democrats better also be on warning that if they do not handle these people in a revolutionary manner that is required, we can no longer go by an antiquated cricket game because they don't play cricket. You know, if you never heard that, I'm married to an Englishman who's half Irish and Italian. And what I'm trying to say is that if you don't understand what that means, is that they don't play by the rules. And they don't care about the rules anymore. They are not that. They've morphed into this extreme party that needs to go extinct. And I believe there will be a reformation of some kind of conservative party. I don't know what they're going to do, but I feel like they'll absolutely have to. There will be another party that will be more of for the conservative, because they have gone so far off the map into fascism that they've tainted and the throats of basically their Republican Party. If they choose to continue under that title, they might relinquish it, and I don't know, who knows, maybe go by the followers of the Trump Messiah. That's what anyway. Being placed, the next card they get is being placed in a good environment to improve the ordinary. Could that be prison? Because that'd be awesome. That's where they need to go. I see they're going to be held to account. Yep. There's going to be new laws that come in, and if they are not given held to a legal standard that is firm enough, American people will be out in the street. That will not go down. That will not be acceptable. It is no longer business as usual. It is a very changed America. And we've had to change. We've needed to for a long time. And we are only in the beginning phases of entering into that where we're releasing this toxic and they're still trying to hold on. It's like the intimate person, somebody that wants to be intimate with you that you do not want any part of anything to do with. And just 4 years of trying not to be assaulted by this bunch. So I feel like they will. I'm going to stop this here because it's already like 40 minutes. Whoa, how'd that happen? See you in the next video.